Hey guys, I am laying on my couch right now. Miss Roxy K's here with me. I wanted to make a video because I actually just woke up from a little nap, and the reason I took a nap, I think because emotionally I was super stressed out, and here's what happened. So I was sitting watching Dexter, which is like the show, is a crazy show to watch, right, on an everyday basis. Then I heard this loud knock on my door. So I was like, what the hell? Roxy's barking, everyone in my house freaking out, and everyone is all of my animals. And so I'm like, who is it? And he's like, it's your neighbor. And I'm like, which neighbor? Your neighbor, could you please open the door? And I was like, this is really weird. I was like, well, I have Roxy, she's making noise, it's gonna be okay. This is the story how I almost died, by the way. So I open the door, Roxy runs out, and the guy starts doing this, like, weird thing, like, he's, like, twitching and doing all this weird stuff, and I was like, what the hell's going on? He's like, I'm sorry, can you... And I was like, Roxy, go back inside. He's like, yes, Roxy, go back inside so I can tell her what I need from her. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I have nothing on me. And I was like, Roxy, stay. And I keep yelling at Roxy to, like, stop running around. So finally she sits down, and I pick her up, and the guy goes, thank you. I just can't stand people that have animals. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is gonna happen right now? So I said, okay, but how can I help you? And I'm holding Roxy, I'm like shaking inside, and he goes, okay, well now I finally can just tell you what I need from you. And I'm like, freaking tell me so I can disappear behind my door. He goes, I'm getting ready to go on a trip, and all I need is to donate children books. Once the children books are donated, I can sell them and can make some money so I can afford to go on the trip, and you're gonna pay for it. I was like, what? And I'm like shaking. I'm like, what the hell? He goes, all I need is a children book or something, so can I have some? And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have any children books. He's like, right, well, that's fine. You're gonna buy one right now. I was like, oh my god, what? And I was like, I can't buy a children's book right now. I'm sorry. He's like, you can't? Why can't you? I was like, oh my god, he's gonna pull out a gun and make me buy a children's book. I know I just made a joke, but it wasn't funny at all. Like, my voice is like shivering. I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And I was like, I can't buy a book. He's like, why? Why can't you buy a book right now? And he's like so frustrated. And I was like, well, because I'm broke. To which he just goes, you are, whatever. And he walks away, and I think he went from door to door to door to door. I don't even know. I've never seen the guy before. Super freaking freaky. And I don't know what happened to him, but I'm kind of like terrified. I feel like calling like all of my friends and tell them to come and spend the night with me because it's kind of creepy and trippy. And at least I have a dog. At least she can make noise now for me, and she's a really good guard dog. But yeah, so that's my story about random encounters with my neighbors. So I guess today's question is, have you ever been super terrified in your life and you thought something bad is going to happen? How did you feel? What did you do? What was it? How did you feel? And what was your thoughts that were going through your head? Because for me, it was like, oh my god, if something happens right now, there's nothing I'll be able to do. I don't have my phone. I don't have anything. All I have is a dog in my hands, and I'm standing outside of my comfort zone. I had another moment like that when it was like really scary, and like you have this weird shake in your knees where you feel like you're gonna collapse. I had that happen to me only once in my life, and it was when I was in Russia, and my mom was going through like a really major heart surgery. And I remember after the surgery, we were not allowed to see her, but we were allowed to call the doctors and see how she did. And I remember calling the doctors, and they said, let us go in and check on your mom, and we'll give you the report of how the surgery went. And I remember while they were away getting the report or getting doctors, or I don't even remember what it was. I remember my whole body was shivering so much because it was this anticipation of somebody's telling me that my mom didn't make it was just so overwhelming for my body that I thought I was going to collapse. So this was kind of like one of those things, and I was like afraid for like my own life. It was really crazy. So that's what happened. And then I came into the house and I was going to edit some videos, and I was like, I can't do anything right now because I need to lay down and like take a nap for like 10 minutes or 20. Guess what happens? Did you yawn? What happens when you stress out, your body needs to recover so it doesn't like give out on you. So it needs to recover so it tries to sleep it off or whatever. So if you're really stressed, that's the same thing happens when you're depressed. When you're depressed, you try to sleep. Like you just want to sleep the whole time because that's your body's natural response to stress. Anyway, so that's what happened. That's why I was taking a nap. But before that, before all of that crazy stuff happened, I got a package from David and Goliath, and I got my favorite hoodie. This should be a thumbnail for the video. How funny is this? And it says Nerdvana, like Nirvana, but with the nerd, and it's a nerd smiley. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. And it's really comfy, and it's great, and it has a hoodie. There's a little hoodie up in here, so it's really cute. So that's what's up. Roxy and I'm gonna get up. Roxy is probably gonna take a little bit more of a nap. Do you need to nap a little more, Roxy? Do you feel stressed also, baby? Do you feel stressed? My little munchkin. I love you. I love you. So yeah, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Vlogging every day. Yay! Super proud of the process. And what else? I think that's it. Here's my wrapping paper for all of my gifts. I wrapped a little more gifts. I don't know if you could tell, but there's more gifts over there. You can't tell at all. I'm gonna go. Hopefully nothing will happen tonight, and I can talk to you tomorrow. Oh my God. Oh, life is so tough, isn't it, Roxy? Life is just tough. Alright, guys, I love you. Moosh. Bye.